Good morning, folks. George Adventure here. I'm gonna do a little knife talk this morning. Beautiful morning here in Georgia. Besides Stella, I have my first cousin here. His name's Lee. I grew up with him. We hunted, fished, did all kind of stuff together. His daddy, which we called him Big Joe. Everybody called him Big Joe, and was my mother's brother. And we got a couple of his knives in here. He's been gone for a while, but he was, he was probably, as far as uncles, the one I was the closest to. We all hunted together, and he was old rough and tough, old school guy, and kind of like a modern day John Wayne. But but that's Lee's daddy. So Lee came up here this morning, brought him a bunch of. I got case knives laying right here, and he's got some he wants to talk about, and he's got a nice selection here laying on this table, and he's got some here. So he's got one of his daddy's knives. He's going to show you that, and I'm going to let him talk.
All right. Hello, folks. I watch these videos. I never thought I'd actually be on one, but here we go. This is just your standard old timer knife. Got two blades. This is what our dads carried back in the day. Needs a little cleaning. Randy was like my brother growing up, and like my dad's other son. So I brought that one up. I'm gonna give that one to him today, and
That's your basic
old timer.
Yeah. It needs cleaning up, but I'll clean it up and get it all purdied up. But my uncle, his daddy, we called him Big Joe. He carried these. He carried Queens, and he carried Pumas, didn't he?
Pumas.
Yeah, I think he carried. I think didn't he carry a? He carried a. If I remember right, a big copperhead.
Big copperhead.
Yeah, he had a big copperhead. He passed a few years ago, and my mother and my aunt, they lived on a while. He died young. He died too young. So, but he left us a good heritage of stuff. He had a strong personality about him, didn't he?
To say the least.
But he was one of them, buddy. He didn't play around. He took care of his family, and but he loved knives and shotguns and deer hunting. So we had a good. Him and my daddy. My daddy was trying to think how many years older. But when my daddy got out of the military, he would go get Big Joe, Lee's daddy, and drive him around, and they'd hang out. Which, even though he was a lot younger, so
Yeah, I think he was like 8 years younger.
8 years younger, something like that.
So Uncle Bill was like his big brother.
Yeah, like his big brother. So they hung out, and so we all started hunting together and everything in Greene County, Georgia. So, but he brought a bunch of knives, and what you got?
I got this case here. It's Damascus. You can
see it right there. Y'all know what that is. It looks like, I think it's stag. It looks like stag. It's a saddle horn, but it looks like stag, y'all. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's stag for sure now. I flipped it over. You can see that big old hunk of stag on there. You can see, I'll show you the Damascus. You can see the Damascus there. There you go. This side, Case will do that sometimes. They'll put a little different, this, you can see that side, how really staggish, I guess you could say, the stag on that side compared to this is smoother. I got one saddle horn's all I got. Is this the only one you got?
That's it,
So that's
yeah.
Lee's saddle horn. Great knife though. I mean, they got some cool blades. It actually has the blades kind of like a big folding hunter. You know, but they're good. They're popular. But you see them on eBay, man. I bet this is probably $200 on eBay if you could find it. So, but anyway, that's that one. What
And
else you got?
this is also, I think it's stag too. It's Damascus. I think they call this one a swayback.
It's way back, yeah.
And they had like a series of these knives. I've had these things. I don't know how long, but
Stag, see. Yeah.
but I got 3 Damascus ones.
Yeah, that's stag too. I believe it's stag. It looks like stag. It's a swayback. You can see it's got the Warncliffe. Love these things. I think I've got 3. I don't have this handle on it, but you can see the tang stamp there on the small pin blade. Let's see what it. There's the case. It's got 1X. These are awesome little carry knives too, y'all. But yeah, the swaybacks are another pattern that's you know, they're getting on up there. So, you know, if you get one, hold on to it, because it'll be worth something.
And we got another one, little Damascus. This one is a
I think that one's called a baby trapper.
Baby
It's
trapper.
a little bitty.
one with Damascus.
I've always wondered, you know, why they make one this small. You can see it's a baby trapper, and we're gonna compare. A full-size trapper. You're gonna see how much of a baby it is. It's like this thing had a baby. Look. So, and I think Case made these just to people to collect. I mean, my daddy liked a small knife, but I don't even think my daddy'd carry one that small. But it's a beautiful little stag knife.
A little spade blade.
It must have been a series of them.
It was.
Yeah.
And I got.
You can see the.
I think I found them at Ace Hardware, and I just went ahead and got all 3 of them.
Where's that Ace Hardware at we used to go to? Over in Powder Springs.
Oh gosh, it's the one right up from the high school.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
Varner's.
Varner's, yeah. They had.
Yeah, it was Varner's.
Varner's had a lot of
Ace
case knives growing up, but
Yeah.
you can see this thing's small, man. I mean, here's a peanut. If you want to compare, there's a peanut. And it's smaller than a peanut. Peanut's a great little knife to carry also. But I see these when they come out with certain bones, they still make these little, I think it's called a baby trapper. I think that's what it's called, but neat little knife,
And I got this one here. It's a Ducks Unlimited.
That's that little pocket. Yeah, it's a little pocket folding hunter. It's a Ducks Unlimited. I've got one of these. I've got a green one Miss Linda got me. Miss Linda is in there, so we're having to behave herself.
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of, that's a beautiful bone on that thing. Go look at that thing. These knives, he's got a grandson, and gonna go to his grandson, so that's awesome. He's gonna get him an awesome knife collection. But that's a pretty knife, man. And this is another vault knife. This is a vault knife. And you know, I don't know. I'm sure when they come back out with them, you know how it's gonna be on eBay. They'll be $300. But that last one.
that's the last one.
Oh, that's the last one.
For this one here.
Tell them about that knife.
Yeah, this knife's it's probably made in China, but it's a carving knife. It's made to, you know, whittling, carving, and I get these things and I put the handles on them, and for the knife purists, they're called scales. I know, but I've always called them handles. I did this one in carbon fiber, and
And here's one he did in wood.
I did
and he
that
gave
one
me
in wood.
this one.
Yeah, I can't remember
Yeah, so
what type
here's-
of wood that it was that I did it in, but
It almost looks like olive wood. I'm not sure.
yeah,
Y'all might know. Y'all can leave a comment. That's that carbon fiber's pretty too. But they got, they got these little, and I wood carve, which I hadn't in a while. I got to start back doing it. I'll do that when it gets cold out there and I can sit by the fire. So, as you can see, they got the little carving blades, right there, and it's a cool little shape. You can see it's got that bend, and I guess the reason why, so it'll fit in your hand, and you can take and carve with it. You can do the little fine carvings with them. And I got a couple. I'm on. He's got one more.
that's yours. No,
this is
that was Big Joe's.
that's Big Joe's old timer. But I got a couple. For sorry with Lee, I'm gonna show that I like. Now he did this one. Lee rehandled this one, and it's an electrician's knife, and he actually put that what is that?
Railroad spike.
Railroad spike. He worked for the railroad for how many years?
40.
40 years for CSX. Well, L&N, Seaboard,
Yeah.
Coastline, CSX. Great railroad, But he put that railroad spike in there, made it. So
I think it's
it's like a piece of brass.
the handle itself. I think it's
The Coca-Cola?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like Coca-Cola, don't it? But it's a Klein, and I know when I was working at the power company, a lot of guys carried these until they said, no, you got to carry what's in. If you're gonna use a knife to do electrical work in the field, you got to carry the one you get out of the storeroom, which was silly, because if you have a phase to ground contact with a knife, it's gonna be the same no matter what. But it's got that screwdriver. Y'all seen these, but this handle on this thing looks good. I thought that spike was cool, so got that one. And these are the ones I definitely want to show you. There, let's see. I think there was another one. Maybe not. I can look. I guess. Oh no, that's a peanut. Got these two mini copperheads. And I've got 2 or 3 of these myself, but these are some nice ones. Got this one's that, I don't know what color bone that is. And they got this is probably a 6.5 bone stag. I guess it may be stag, but it looks like the bone stag. But it's a mini copperhead. There's a tang stamp. Good looking knives. These mini copperheads are awesome. Oh, here's another one I wanted to show too. But this one's pretty. This one's got a Wharncliffe blade. Right there. It's got that nice Wharncliffe blade. Good little carry knives to slide down in your 5th pocket. Here's another one. This is like a blue. This is a bluish color. It's got a Wharncliffe blade too. But many copperheads are cool knives. He's also got some of these Eisenhowers right here. There's one. It's got green bone. Got one of my favorite shields. Of all of these, which one is your favorite?
Oh gosh, it's been so long since I've even looked at them. I'd say that stag, probably.
Yeah, I like stag too. And I can't remember who had one of these. Don't you knock this thing, Stella. You just bumped the table, y'all. Sorry about that. You sit down. But I can't remember. Somebody on YouTube had one of these. They had changed the cover out, but it's a Boker. Pretty cool looking knife. It's a
That one's pretty old too.
yeah. It's got 3 blades to it. See right there. I'm about at 15 minutes, so I'm gonna show 1 or 2 more, and then we're gonna get off of here. But it's got, you know, it's got that nice handle on it. You can see the Boker tree brand. It looks like a Congress knife. Here's one. This is an old Puma right here. It's definitely stag. There's no doubt. Puma used a lot of stag, but it's a little lot back. This would be a nice little carry knife. But it's got the stag on it. And let's see what else we got here. All right, you about to whack me with that tail. Oh, we got 1, 2. We got a couple of these butter beans. That's some pretty bone right there, y'all. Beautiful bone. There's the tang stamp on that one. You got to stay over there now, Stella. Stella decided she was going to come up here with us. Lay down. There you go. Lay your hind end down. She got in trouble. There's that tang stamp. She got in trouble because she went way up the road. And we got this toothpick. Now this is one of the patterns my brother carries a sod buster every day, and he carries one of these. And I asked him one day, I said, what are you gonna cut with that thing? He said, I'll clean my fingernails out and stuff. So, but my brother likes to carry these little toothpicks. I got a couple of them. It's a neat little pattern. I mean, it really is. It's a unique pattern. You can see that. So, and we got tried and true Yellow Delrin sod buster. Can't beat it. But Lee's been collecting knives. He's like me. He grew up. Don't you bump his table, boy, girl. There she goes. You lay down on that porch. But he's like me. He's been collecting. He grew up with knife people.
Yeah, all of our uncles and
Yeah.
daddies and
Yeah.
carried knives.
Carried
and
knives.
A lot of them carried those old timers. That's
Yep.
kind of
The black handle ones.
yeah.
His daddy carried one. His daddy carried a Puma. His daddy carried the old timer. All right, now don't come back by here. And he carried a case. He carried case. You know, when we grew up around people with knives. You know, we grew up around people with knives. We hunted. You know, my daddy, my uncle Russell was my mama's sister's husband. He carried a knife. He always had a knife. So we would see him open knives up. And that's how I learned to sharpen a knife, just watching them. They never really showed me. I just watched them. And they'd do it on a stone. I used to watch his daddy. I used to watch my Uncle Russell, and I'd watch my dad do it. So that's how we learned. That's how we learned our stuff. That's what we did. We watched. Learned how to hunt and all that stuff. So yeah, we got a lot of heritage. So anyway, I'm up to 18 minutes. I don't normally go that long, but I figured since my cousin drove all the way up here,
It's God's country up here. I tell you what, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yep, I appreciate it. It is. He wanted to come up here and visit, and so he wanted to bring his knife. So I said, we're going to do a video. He kind of got a little nervous about it, but we good. We good. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I know most of y'all ain't going to watch the whole thing, but if you don't mind watching the whole video, it's the first time I've really had another person beside Miss Linda on a video with me. So anyways, y'all have a great day. Be careful out there.
God bless.
God bless. Keep your blades sharp.